Folks, hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, and we have an update in the Wizards of the Coast new TSR ongoing saga. This is actually from the 21st, and before I go any further, I want to thank David Floor. David has been on top of the legal motions being filed, really spot on work. So, Dave, thank you. I got these screenshots from Dave's Facebook. He's just been spot on. So, what do we got here? Woods of the Coast, which TSR LLC plaintiff versus Woods of the Coast defendant, and the counterclaim Woods of the Coast LLC, the counterclaim plaintiff versus TSR LLC, Justin Lanasa, and Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum counterclaim defendants. It's the stipulation and proposed order extended briefing schedule for Wizards motion for preliminary injunction. Like I said, this was from yesterday, the 21st. Today is, looking at my watch, the 22nd. So, what is the meat and potatoes of this stipulation and proposed order? Due only to counsel's schedules, the parties have agreed to extend these deadlines as follows. Now, I'm going to make a note. Counsel is used in the singular. So it looks like one side had an issue with the scheduling. Okay. I would assume the party with the issue with the scheduling. No inside information. I'm assuming it's the party that's responding. In this case, nuTSR wanted a little extra time, so this is how they get it. Extend these deadlines as follows. Deadline to file and serve opposition to motion, October 10th. Deadline to file and serve reply and noting date, October 28th. Interesting. So what we thought was going to be playing out by the end of September is now going to be playing out at the end of October. Here's where it gets interesting. Follow along. Dave did a great job sorting all this out. TSR LLC has agreed to not to sell. Man, that's a Justinian.
To not sell.
Yeah, just TSR LLC has agreed to not to sell. That's a Justinian line. Promote, advertise, market, offer, or distribute any, note that word right there, any iteration of the Star Frontier's new Genesis product pending resolution of the preliminary injunction motion. This agreement is intended to preserve the status quo while the motion is pending. Before anybody goes, "Oh my God, that's a admission of guilt." No, it's actually fairly common. I've spoken I've spoken with one, and I've had a friend speak with another attorney, and this is not uncommon. You give a little to get a little time, and you're not giving much because if the order goes against you, it's the same thing that would have happened anyway. So, the parties acknowledge this agreement is made to accommodate schedules. Okay. It is not an admission of TSR LLC's liability or consent, nor should it have any bearing on the merits of Wizards' motions. And after this happened, we didn't know, right? Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum suddenly removed Star Frontier's new Genesis from sale, and people are like, "Oh my God!" And it's Justin turning tail. No, it's not. It's a negotiated agreement. All right, that's temporary at best. But then there's a little stickler to this one, which I guess you could say maybe the letter of the law and the intent of the stipulation. Star Frontier's playing cards, limited run prototypes, $25, are still up for sale over at the Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum. Now, If you're paying $25 for a deck of playing cards that are effectively print on demand, my opinion, you're out of your fucking mind. Are they going to be collectible? Hey, they're certainly going to be unique, but so is the shit that comes out of my ass. It doesn't make it collectible. It doesn't make it valuable. All right. However, it's still for sale. Now, there's going to be somebody, the rules lawyer out there is going to go, well, you see, they stipulated any iteration of the Star Frontiers new Genesis product. And this is Star Frontiers. It doesn't say new Genesis on it, and therefore it's not covered by the same stipulation. I am not a lawyer. It's not for me to guess, not for me. I just find it very interesting that you remove a product that was never for sale in the first place, never released. Contrary to information that we had, it was being released at the end of last year, and then it sold out all like 6 copies. No, it never. We've heard from sources, from people that have been named, that what was held up in a video with Vince Florio interviewing Justin. Vince told me, God bless Vince. Vince said part of the reason why he said he stepped back from TSR at that, well, not right at that time, but thereafter, was because he found out that what was being held up was a blank book, just a cover sheet, just a cover, nothing inside. So those six that were supposedly sold back then, and that was on back order, likely never sold. We've seen the beta, we've seen the new revised beta. It's been out in the wild. So these cards are being sold. I'm not saying you should do this, if you want to make a purchase, Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum, I am sure that if they sell out, they will find a way to make more, because it's probably the only thing they're selling right now. Is this a violation of the agreement? I don't know. To my eyes, to my non-lawyery eyes, I would say it's certainly violating the
spirit of what the agreement.
The spirit of the agreement, like Rich is saying, the intent of the agreement. But maybe technically not. Maybe this is somebody's way of going, F you, Wizards of the Coast, and do it legitimately. I don't know. But I'd like to hear your thoughts on the matter. I kind of find it interesting. Because if you negotiate an agreement, and it's like, yeah, I'll remove this from sale, but oh God, it's still for sale, motherfucker. I got you. I don't get it. But hey, I thought it was interesting. I thought it was news to tell. Folks, we are still in the midst of the endemic. Use your common sense. Seriously. Talk to a medical professional or two. One blanket. There's no blanket requirement. There's no blanket statement that's going to cover you and your risk factors, your medical history, your medical conditions. Your medical health treatment has to be tailored towards you. Other than that, be safe, be well, God bless, roll those dice, roll them well. I will be back again tomorrow. Tomorrow is, if the stars align, God willing, if everything peaks, we will have James Raggy on at 8 p.m. on the Random Generated Party, or the Random Party Generator. I always forget what I call my own shows. But James Raggy, Lamentations of the Flame Princess. It's never in stone until it's actually in the bank. But we're hoping that the schedule works out this time. All right, folks. On that note, I'm out of here.